I'll start. Yeah, so good afternoon, everybody. This is Mandula here from Ivy Professional Bangalore. Welcome to the next offline meet, which we generally do every month. So today we are having a guest come from Infosys Edinburgh, and it has been our end of year always that we do offline meets, which we keep it online as well. And we take a topic on related to data science, data analytics, or data engineering, and uh, have an interactive session online as well as offline. So right now today we are having Ayush Agrawal with us. He is basically got 3 years of experience. He is working as a tech analyst with Infosys group company called Edward, and we are also having a lot of offline participants here. So welcome, Ayush. Thank you for coming, and thank you all for coming here. We all have common questions generally every time, that how you can make a career in data. The reason for this is that everybody graduates from a different stream, and then they come into the field of data because they realize the potential that this field has in today's time. And that puts up first and the foremost question, that how do we enter in the field of data? How do we make a career in the field of data? As a data scientist, how do we enter in the industry, or data engineer, and so on and so forth? So this will be a common question which you will have to address today. Yeah. Thank you again for coming. So let's begin the session. Thank you. We have with us Mr. Sramit Chaudhary. He is one of our current students. So he will be, I'll be requesting him to put forth some questions which generally our students have. And, he'll be seeing the online questions also and asking Ayush. So welcome, Ayush.
Sure.
Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, it's my pleasure to have you here. Thanks everyone for joining. Respect. So, hello, Mr. Ayush. So nice to meeting with you. I just want to, if you just give your kind of a career brief on you, like how you have been through, all over the career from where you have started. If you want to like give us a scratch like from the grads and post grad and how you've been through in your whole year career.
So basically, I did BTech in computer science from IIT Hyderabad, and basically there are two different courses. I got idea on machine learning, data, these kind of fields. We did got ideas, and after that, in 2020, I graduated. After which I started working as a software development engineer. So there also, like in a software role, also you have to do deal with data on a daily basis, and so there also I got some experience in data, and after that I switched and then moved to Infosys, where my role is technology analyst. So here also, like day to day basis, I do work along with data. So data actually these days are very like common in use and all. You see like data analysis, and this field is very like emerging and basically demanding. So data, if we talk about basic knowledge about it, so data is anything which gives us any information. So these days, basically, we are training the machines to that information and making them intelligent. So that is the basic process. So that's how machines learn from data, and then further they basically make decisions in future. So that is the basic idea. I would like to ask audience, like what are your perspective about the data? How do you like how do you answer like what is data and what is this field about? So let's start. Like, uh, let's start with about data. Like what do you feel? What is data and artificial intelligence in terms of data.
It's the large amount of data we can segregate and sort it.
So basically, what I like to add up with the point of like what is data in terms of like for data analysis, the main agenda that we need to do is we used to get a unstructured data. On that particular unstructured data set, we need to implement some kind of technique or best practices to make it clean and understandable, to derive some kind of unanswered question for the industry, which will help us to move forward, which will give us a kind of an answer that will solve our day-to-day problem to make the business more profitable on that perspective. So data is a kind of say the unstructured thing that from while we're doing the lot of technique and best practice implementing that, we'll get some kind of answer to at least from which direction our business can move ahead. So that kind of is the if we talk about the layman perspective, data is kind of a like number of unstructured thing or numerical values on that, seeing that particular number on a structured way, we can derive many things out of that. So yeah, correct. So my question will be from you, like you are currently working with Infosys, that we know, like if I talk about like this, you are a fresher, right? When you started your career, like what kind of thing that is then in your mind, right? So if you just elaborate on that perspective, like
Or can we do this way that when you you went for the interview, what does the employer look in you? I think that will be more relevant question. See, because you have a knowledge of data, but what does the employer expect when you go for the interview? Like, what do they expect you to know? Like,
from an elementary point of view, let's say 0 to 1 year
like at a zero level, what do they expect a person to know? Because these all people, although they are working in the field of, some of the other industry right now, but when they go for an interview, what will the employer expect them to know? Things like that, if you can elaborate.
Yeah, so my interview was in like software development initially. So that was related to coding. So in data analysis also we use coding knowledge. So like mainly today we use Python for data analysis. R is also used. And so these basic knowledge of these languages are always helpful. So in data analysis, basically the employer will try to find out your skills in finding out how you are trying to read the data, how you are storing it, how you are finding insights from it. Okay. So basic knowledge they will try to get from you. So yeah, that will be like very basic thing. So, so coding knowledge and that basic data analysis thing is important.
Correct. So if I just talk about the data analysis, what you have just mentioned right now. So if I want to like two things that you have mentioned, one is story like doing the data analysis and a storytelling. If I want to know from you what kind of tool that industry is currently looking at, so that the people who are look forward to get a understanding or get a course out of data analysis. So if you want like name some kind of popular tool that we are currently using in the industry for, let's say one for data analysis. Coding will be something that will be a bit more technical, will come forward, like as our conversation move ahead, we'll come to that. But if we ask about a tool for data analysis and a storytelling, so if you name some of the tools, that will be helpful for everyone, for our audience and everyone.
Yeah, so basically like in the basic, we use Excel.
Okay.
So Excel also we can find a lot of insights using different functionalities which are already embedded in that.
Okay.
So when we go advanced, we start using Python, these technologies, and further we want to visualize it. We use Power BI, these techniques. So all these tools basically help us in some or the other way. So like we can start with the first Excel. First we can learn that and see what we can, how we are dealing with data in that, finding small insights, trying to draw charts out of those data. These things can help, and then further, if we are going to technical, we want to learn more, then we can try out Python or these basic programming languages which can help us go more deeper and get more insights into
But
it.
when you enter at the entry level, do you start working on these two right from the big? I mean, at the entry level jobs as well?
Yeah, Excel and all will have to start from beginning. Then further we go, can parallelly learn Python.
No, but your work wise, you use all this in the
Yeah.
entry level jobs. So
Yeah.
Hmm.
We start using it from the basically, even if you don't know, you can learn on the go. Like these languages are such that uh, you can start exploring, you can start with data itself and then keep going, search in the internet that how to do this, how to do that. We get code snippets, can use that in our program and then run it. What are the results? So by doing like practically implementing these programs, also we learn the programming. So that is a good way to learn. So that's how we like basically it's done.
Correct.
And
So this is understandable. Like what you are currently mentioning, that the on-job training will be one of the key criteria to extensive learning, because that is the best kind of education that you learn from the on-job or where you are currently working on a certain project. But if I just want to understand for the basic elementary level, let's say Excel, you mentioned that you are continuously mentioning about the Excel. So Excel, there's a multiple stages of Excel, because everyone who are related to some or either about of corporate, they're using Excel on a daily life. Let it be from doing personal finances to the company finances. So they're using Excel. In terms of Excel, like what kind of expertise level, a minimum criteria should have, like if you talk about some kind of a general usability functions, let it be pivot or some kind of lookup, page lookup, what about that, like majorly used on in perspective of data.
yeah, like we should start it before we like we so that we can mention it in resume when we are looking for job. So that way it is very helpful that if we are looking to job it is data oriented, so we'll have to learn it before. Okay. Excel or Python or RBI, anything we'll have to learn so that we can like show them certificate to prospective employees. So like these things like Ivy Pro School also is teaching the same thing. So we have different courses on that. So that way, if someone is learned, if someone wants to go into that field, then they have to start at some basic level. So Excel is the something for data, I would say. So data, and then basically once they will learn Excel, they will uh, like start gaining the domain knowledge that what exactly we do in the field of data, and then they can go further and learn more tools and explore more and go more deep into the field.
What I am kind of clear.
yeah,
Okay. So to get a job, or let's say if you are speaking for candidates from 0 to 1, and if you want to get a job, so that first elementary thing or to showcase on the resume is the number of projects they are working on.
Yeah.
So that will be kind of a live project scenario or exposure to the industry, not being on a job, full time or a kind of a on paper. So they can have get an exposure by doing a enhanced amount of project which are widely kind of available on the market. Even I will follow the same, right? So they after each and every particular session or a cohort that you are getting over, so they used to give a full amount of lengthy program and also like kind of a project that you used to do for a closure of the full program, and also by end of the every module you follow a kind of a module based project. Let's say we completed Excel module, we will enhance Excel analysis on that particular, so that you get a understand the particular candidate level of understanding over that particular platform. Yeah, all right. So that is kind of a thing that we should all kind of focus on, because project will be the one of the bare minimum requirement that a particular candidate should follow before getting into the job. Okay. So now next thing that I like to know, like for let's say you talk about this 0 to 1 year particular candidature, what kind of challenges, let's say fresher, you join a company, right? Let's say your company only, and you are mentoring this particular candidate. So I assuming that you have mentored a lot of candidates in your past career. So what kind of challenges do they face? Like being a manager, what kind of challenges they're coming to you, and you are also on day-to-day basis, you are observing this kind of flaws, this particular setup of people of 0 to 1 year they are doing. So if you can highlight so that before getting into the job, we are kind of aware and practice in our back end so that we don't do that kind of.
Yeah, so mainly like technical aspects, if you say, they will like if they learn these technologies thoroughly before, so that will be very helpful for them during the job.
Okay.
So basically, they have done the projects using these tools before, and then they have basically gone through all the small nitty-gritties of it. So basically, that can help them in the job very much because might be within the job that much knowledge is not required. How much we are learning, but so knowledge will always be helpful. Sometimes we'll have to use a detail-oriented approach. In that case, if we are already knowing the tools, then it's very helpful. Okay. And if we like are stuck somewhere, so that lack of knowledge is the only problem that can happen during the job. So that thing is that we are knowing the tool properly, we are how to use it, how to uh, do something in that any task, how to use that tool to complete that task. These things are like the main problem that someone can encounter in the basically beginning. So, but as we go, like as we get experience, we do get like, mature in these.
Here we have one guy who is actually now he'll enter into the degree.
Yeah.
So he has a lot of time. How he should now he'll learn. But the time, I mean, how he should maximize his learning in this time is what you can guide him. He's very interested in the field of data. I mean, he's very passionate about it.
Then your graduation last year, right? Okay. So right now your job is related to. I'm not.
No,
Okay.
he's just a
New.
he will now enter in doing his degree. He's just a 12th pass now.
Okay.
He
You are
was-
going to college.
Yeah, so now he wants to utilize the time and as such he is interested. But if such is a scenario, then how he can stay in touch with the field also till the time he can start working.
Yeah. So that case basically, along with your regular courses in the college, you can basically on the free time you can learn these technologies. You can do that, and might be your you which sports like you are doing. Not
Now today he'll start the first class with us with Ivy.
okay. No, in the
And
college
he-
graduation, what field? What are you going to pursue?
He's aligned.
One is skill, building a skill more degree important or experiences. Which one of these?
Everything is important.
Everything is
At initial level, your degree is also important. Once you get experience, your experience becomes important. So everything is important if you see. So degree is also important because here also you will get a lot of knowledge about the field and further like build a skill like if you want to go to data like field. So you can focus on those technologies which are required in the data related jobs. So those you can basically give more time. But overall, everything is important. So yeah.
Like we have two people here. They are into a completely they are mechanical engineer by. Now mechanical engineering growth is like gets like I mean the growth doesn't happen very fast. So if they want to enter in the field of data, of course they are doing a course with us. But something which can probably help them to enter in the when they like I mean what I mean to say is that some kind of projects which they can from besides what they do with IB, something that can boost or help them to enter in the industry more easily. I think any place where field projects are there or In fact, I think because of Bangalore, we have a lot of, internship opportunities and all that.
Yeah, online also like in GitHub and all, can find a lot of data oriented projects. GitHub is a basically repository and lot of projects are there. Like online open source projects. Basically, lot of open source opportunities where you can go through any of the projects. Like you can also go through big projects written by someone else. So in those things you can find online. So basically that can help you develop a perspective about it, like how this is done. You can also try your own similar any assignment you can find online and basically some tasks, basic tasks. You can start from any basic project like on the data field and then try to do it. Then like as you give the time, then you will develop more interest. At starting, it's a little difficult because when we start exploring new field from a different field, it's like we'll have to push ourselves more. So that thing is there. But once you start giving time and then start exploring it,
And I think
you will
actually
start
in a
getting
work
the
area,
interest.
when you work, you relate more to it and you learn easily rather than when you're a student.
Yeah.
And compared to when you start working on it, the later half is easy because you're
Yeah.
relating it to your work.
Yeah.
So it becomes easier to learn.
Yeah.
So I just want to one simple like quick question on like what you exactly want to ask. Like you want to practice what you are getting learned from IB after getting the classes over, or what kind of getting a market exposure?
I'm saying that what additionally they can do so that their entry into the field of data is like more easier, or the companies get attracted to their resume, their LinkedIn profile.
So Banisha can also contribute on this particular. Our assignments, what we used to get, that is, I guess, more than enough to at least to get into the industry, because assignment are designed in a such a way that like IB structured that particular assignment, that is all are the industry repository or the case studies that happen. So if you practice that thoroughly on a elementary basis, on a step by step, after that I don't see any kind of urgency. Like if anybody wants to invest time or wants to learn, this free to do so. But that kind of a thing, it's first you put effort on assignment, you complete that. After that, if you want, like you want that particular assignment, you can showcase that particular assignment how you did on GitHub, get a good GitHub profile ready. Then you go and tap on the other projects, what are the industries are doing on that. So that's kind of an advanced level. Before going to the advanced, just make your elementary stuff so clear so that there will not any kind of a hiccup on a elementary stages if you're attacking on a advanced level stuff. So that kind of a question like things that first complete the assignment. On a similar stage, if you need more assignment, teachers and faculties are happy to give you. They'll give you tons of assignment. You complete that. If you have time and if you have energy to invest on GitHub, then you do so. So that kind of a thing. But multiple portal and sites are available online, like Data Labs is there, GitHub is there. So tons of websites are there. You can download the free data set and you can start working on them as you want.
And you understood you have to do your assignments very intelligent. But you also have an analyst with us. One of our students is already working as a business analyst, right? Huh? Yeah. So what do you use? What kind of tools do you use? What is okay.
So in terms of on the putting forward, I like to ask you one thing. Like if you don't if you're currently working in the industry, so how this industry is shaped in terms of data? Like is it like I know there is on the geographical area on that scenario, like UK is on this area, US is about to get ready. They are not telling, but like some of the intelligence, like some of the studies and the US is out of the. If you talk about the industry perspective or the market scenario, is the demand of data analysis is growing, or it's on a constant level, how you are there for 2023, or it is getting picking up. So you are there, you are getting the kind of a request from the clients or stuff, how frequent is that, what project you are getting into, and how the you have a need for the resource or not in your organization. You can enlighten about that particular operational segmentation. So that will also give us like what the demand of data, etc. for 2024 whole 2024 is left with us and our, let's say, upcoming 3 years. So give us a kind of a solution.
Yeah, so data is a field which I think every company is trying to integrate the system.
Correct.
So basically, existing companies which uh, you- didn't used to analyze data, just they will store their data. They have started their data analytics sections, and then they are making decisions based on the analysis from the data. So this is already an emerging field. So basically, demand is high only. So uh, basically, it's a field which is like growing. So in that perspective, I'll say it's increasing only. Demand is increasing. So jobs will also increase.
Okay.
But these days we see bots or artificial intelligence. These applications we are getting which are automating a lot of stuff. So in that perspective, if you see, but so in that perspective, job will decrease. But that won't affect much because these the people who are building these systems should have the data knowledge. So anyhow, you are building the machine learning systems and the systems which are required for analysis will require the knowledge about the data. That knowledge only we are integrating into the system. So that's why overall the demand is increasing only.
So you mentioned about the business like data integration business, right? Multiple businesses are integrating data and then doing data analysis with the full department to study their own data, also to analyze the market data. If you can like name some of the industry, like let's say e-com business or let's say pharma business or BFSI sector, how these people are integrating or any kind of emerging sector who are majorly investing a lot of time and money and effort on the data, right? On that, if you just name some of the industries.
Like, if we see normally like Amazon, Flipkart, these user applications. So these give recommendations. They give us recommendations that you are buying this, you want to buy this. So these are because they have our data. So they are processing that, and then they have built the systems their intelligence so that they can suggest us because that some person is not doing it. Someone have built that, and that system is doing that thing. He is suggesting us to buy something. So based on our search history, so all user actions which are in the internet is stored in the form of in the so further they analyze it and give us output of that
Particular search result, right? So e-com business, particularly e-com business, it's a world global giants or let's say participants operation in India, but they're trying to outside as well. But let's say Amazon, kind of a worldwide giant for they're using data very enhanced level and very advanced level data they're implementing on their platform and they're making money. That is fine. Like if we talk about other industry, let's say uh, some kind of let's say pharma industry or some kind of telecommunication industry, how these people are getting using data and getting a leverage out of their business.
Yeah, so like I'll tell about the banking. Banking industry is basically uh, the credit cards and all like they analyze a lot of data about the customers who are using the credit cards.
Okay.
And then they try to find out who are the customers in the section basically who are like dropping out, why the customers are leaving the credit card, why they are using the card. So they'll try to analyze their data and try to find out the reasons from that data that what is the reason this customer have left using the card. So from that they can enhance their business and try to better the part which the customer might have not liked from the analysis of the data what they got. So these kind of things generally like in the banking, we can say in pharma industry, like if we say if we see in the terms of doctor, like these systems like machine learning systems, these are useful in analyzing the patterns like neurological patterns, and these things uh, are analyzed using the machine. So humor and all are analyzed. So these basically these days lot of solutions have come because of the intelligent machines. Like diseases, lot of diseases are getting cured because of that intelligent machines. Similarly, like in pharma industry, if we say uh, medicines basically, so that is also similar to e-com industry only. Yeah.
So one thing that I have to light upon, like this particular credit card, this is how we have it. So what I have understood by analyzing this sector closely, they used to understand the user spending behavior,
Yeah.
like what kind of, what are the chunk of people who are spending. Let's say they put a cap, let's say 1 lakh rupees, though they have a credit limit of 80,000 or something like that, they're spending 1 lakh. So they will understand when we get a, this is 6 month data set for a XYZ bank or their particular user of that particular credit card user. Then from that, by using SQL or using Python and doing a Excel or building a dashboard, we can understand, like let's say, if let's say we have a problem statement, like how many, like what is the percentage of people that can drop out with doing a overspending on the credit card. Let's say there is some 7%, but what is their spending behavior? Like are they spending on a restaurant on 60% spending on restaurant, income retail or something like that, or they're spending on some other stuff. So on that basis, we can come to certain segmentation so that we can get an offer into let's say do e-com retail purchase on a certain criteria, we get a 10% off or something to retain that particular customer. So on that practical scenario, if you talk about, so because see, I am my background is from e-com, I see this e-com industry very closely, so I know the day-to-day problem that we are facing and what kind of thing that we can leverage out by seeing the data, the past consumer behavior on that particular platform and doing it on Excel. And for advanced study, we can implement SQL on that basis and get down our kind of unanswered question. So yeah, correct. So that is something that if you want to add anything on that particular from any online session, if you want to see anything comes up, just
Anything you please ask anybody from your background you want to feel that how data can link. How about you?
Does everything run on data? Every industry? No, like everything, like there are a lot of other things, but data is a part of it. So other things are also there. So marketing is there, research is there, and software development is there. So different fields are there. The data we are talking because uh, uh, data is a part of it, and it's taking, helping us in making decisions. That's why it has come as an emerging field, because top level people are using the insights to make decision about the company or uh, industry which they are working on. So it's a part. So it's a part of it, part of a company, not everything.
so my ideation on that particular kind of bit of a different ideology and kind of a looking at it. Let's say you have given a 12th examination, right? And you want to pursue BTech. And on what factor, like there is stages, you have in your mind there are certain colleges out there and they have a certain criteria. On what factor you will college a college, what is on your result that is something will get on the numbers, right? That is basically the data is deciding factor. The deciding factor we will go up, we will go straight or that is kind of a deciding factor that after giving a test on the market. So once we run a test on the market, let's say we run a test and we get certain numbers on that. Depending on certain numbers, we will be take your career. If you have a very good ratio, then you get a wonderful on your result that you would have whatever college you want to get that. But my point of view is that something like that, we can run a test on the market. On that basis, what the result we get from the market, on that basis, we can call it will go right or go right. So that basically data plays in the all the industry, not only a single, so majorly every market or every industry to some kind of a test and some kind of a test and
Can you put some pointers on like when they go for an interview, what they should prepare on? And what should be their preparation when the interviews for a data science position, assuming the skills required are basically Excel, maybe, and maybe Power BI, and let's say Python. So what are the things they should before they go?
Basic, they should go through the basic questions which they have learned in the courses. So basic questions, solving the basic questions on Excel or whichever tool they have learned in the course. So basic questions, if they are able to solve, interview would be smooth.
Mhm.
So any tool, and also it's company on the dependent on company. So they can go through the internet also. Different companies have different way of interviewing. So basically they can go through different questions of the company and then uh, basically find out what exactly they are looking for, and also position. If it is a starting entry level position, then it will be a very basic interview. If it's a senior level, then they might ask little difficult questions also.
Mhm.
On the basis of the company and the designation and the seniority level, the questions to there. So if they have a basic knowledge about the tools and they have been through the courses, it should be very helpful for them.
Yeah, that's completely fine because if depending on the like what kind of position you're applying to, if it's an entry level position, the question should be like I like kind of while researching on the data analysis. Majorly the question comes certain kind of a factors like basic SQL, like joining, right, joins and all this in Excel also. But if I just let's say if you want to take an advanced level, like let's say Python, if they are using Python or extensive level for the make the job easy. So on that basis, like do they ask us a very granular level question for the particular topic or just on the top of the something. So I'm just talking about again my question will from 0 to 1 at least from big like entry level to kind of a mid senior level position, not more than that. But it is more like granular level, like pinpointing the each and every topic or just as top of the surface.
Ideally you should have the knowledge about whatever you have written or you are doing, knowledge about everything. But let's say we are using some inbuilt feature, these things, and you should have at least top idea about it. So what it is doing, what it is giving the output, how it might be doing, like basic idea is enough for that. So overall, we should have the proper idea what we are doing.
Okay. So one thing that I mentioned, like whatever we're writing as a resume, so we need to be on top of that. So basically, we are mentioning the three projects, so we need to know in and about that project. Just
Project we
for
should know in very detail.
very detailed.
Yeah.
So our interview will be like structured in such a way the question will be coming regarding the or something around our projects only. So that is our one thing that we need to look at. Other than that, let's say industry best practices, right? So let's say on 2024, these particular tools are very much in demand. We might not know about the granularity of the particular set of a tool, but on the top of the surface level. So that is kind of my question answer is satisfied on that. My project is a very much granular and level. On the top, let's say top three tools that you're currently using. So on that top of the surface, a little knowledge will be okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It has been very insightful. I mean, if you consolidate everything, then I think we have a fair idea that what the industry expects us. What is the expectation of the industry, and of course, also we understood that you should have a tool knowledge, which is very important. The more you do, in fact, like our IB students also go for interview. I mean, if they do the ones who get selected are the ones who are very well versed with the subject, the details or the finest points of the particular tool on which they are going to be working in that organization on the basis of which they are interviewed. So the whole crux is that the more you get focused, and then of course this is one of the most upcoming lines, the line which will stay in demand. So that is how it is going to be, and you gave
Yeah, this
amount of
discussion,
information.
how we structure the discussion. majorly the point. So it started when we started our discussion is from a very basic level, like what things we pursue, and we ended up our discussion on the having on the interview. So on the starting up a whole interview process that where I the integration to mold them in such a way they are data friendly for the industry and to give them a placement. So this particular three major heads that I will majorly plays around. But I also always try to structure a discussion to start from the always from not preparing there is a foundation level what we need to do. And after doing that whole session, it's for a 1 hour session, it's from the conclusion, like for the for getting at the major goal to hit the bullseye, what kind of nuances that we need to tackle. So that kind of a thing. I guess Manjula is also like that on me.
Quick last question. So top five companies where these
Okay.
on the top of your mind, like where they should go. You would also
Aspirational.
yeah. Dream companies.
Dream companies, dream companies, Google, like Google,
That everybody knows. Google,
Reliance,
anything which is purely
anything
into data. Like Fractal is one company.
a
Anything
lot
which
of
is
companies
purely
are there which are like only focusing on data. Like they are giving consultancy role to other companies as a data partner.
See, Manjula, just tell you one thing, like my company is majorly on advertising, but we have a hell of 500 people in data team. My client is academy. I'm dealing with academy. They have a whole lot of data analytics. The whole department is sits in a 1400 square feet office in their particular huge office. So they have almost 100% people working on it. They're analyzing the Titan customer behavior on a day-to-day basis. They have almost 15,000 kind of SKUs like product settings, including Titan, Ganesh, 15,000, 20,000, like sometimes they were some other product categories. So that is all getting large, very scale. So each and every from like talk about the industry specifically, FMCG, home, consumer, telecommunication, this kind of
So tell me something. Will they be happy to take a mechanical engineer, or will they be able to? The person has the knowledge. They on the resume see that this is a mechanical engineer plus data skills. We should call them. Or for that matter, undergrad. Is not graduate, but has got all the projects. So will your company
standing on 2022, we are on a called sports industrial. So we need to learn on the very quickly. Let's say we have learned a thing for the rest of this previous career. Now industry is moving in a different shape. We need to unlearn that thing, to relearn that. So that how we can get a pace up with the industry, how it is shaping.
So I think in that process, it is not important that you are
That you're coming from, what if you are happy to learn, if you are dedication to learn, you can take up the thing, have a good kind of adaptability quality to you. So you can learn and you can adapt yourself.
So your company will call a person with a different background. Different means engineering.
I again difference. You're coming from engineering, you're coming from arts, you're coming from science, biology. I think that doesn't matter. If you're good at the kind of a job description to satisfy all this kind of job requirement is there. If you can satisfy all four, then I'm happy to get you on board. So that's why
So you know where to apply now.
So I get into a lot of interviews in like I interview this as well for my team and other team. What I used to see from a patient that they have a quality to learn and at least to listen what they're
Yes, sure.
So basically, they focus on learning. They can definitely be a dream company slowly and slowly. And they'll appreciate their life more than the company that they are in.
Come.
And learning is very important.
Are we done?
Yeah.
Then
Anybody would like to ask anything, or we anybody? Oh. Thank you so much.
is it too long?
Yeah.
No.